Hey, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. It's 6:33 in the morning. I'm 3 minutes late. I apologize. I got a lot going on this morning. I'm in my handsome shirt because I got to go to the city today to meet with my CEO, Sean, for lunch, and then I got to go meet with Liz Clayman to do my segment on Fox Business. Been going on Fox Business for like 4 years, once or twice a month. We go over the technicals of the tape. Been pretty much in the media since 2008. Never paid for a publicist, never paid for someone to represent me. I just try and be consistent, tell like it is, and just try and put people in a position to win. Anyway, my name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to the 630 Club, where I try and go over some things that I'm doing, give you guys the narrative, show you what the tape is, what the trend is, throw some bones in your doghouse, so this way you can eat, but also teach you a little bit about routine, process, because I've been doing this since 1997, and there's tough times, there's easy times, and, I'll be here day in and day out, just a grinder like you, and here we are today. Anyway, feeling better, thank you for asking. I did sweat it out on Sunday. Some of you guys didn't like that video of me in the sauna with the sweat dripping. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, my friends. Let's lower this. Alexa, down. Alexa, lower. All right, so she's not listening. Alexa, lower. All right, she likes this song. Anyway, so I woke up this morning, wanted to see what was happening around the world. First thing I saw is that China cut rates, which is a step that they wanted in the right direction of potentially stabilizing that tape. I've been talking about for the last month, to start allocating funds to China since they've been at 5-year lows. I myself have been buying the KWEB calls. I started a little early, I'm not going to lie, but I accumulated to tier 5 over the course of the past few weeks. So, it's a welcome sight. Besides, the managing the portfolio approach, trying to stick with leaders, trying to use the tier system, trying to help you guys, trying to navigate the alpha team. We have an open house this week where there's a lot of people from around the world testing it out to see if I can add value to their lives, which is what I try and do. Obviously, we do what we can. And according to my podcast, if you're not making someone else's life a little bit better, you're wasting your time. And obviously, you have to make a little bit of money along the way to keep, the doors open. So anyway, China finally 2 days in a row. The S&P cash, which if you look right here, created a nice high-level bull flag. A bull flag is a continuation pattern for usually higher prices. You're never sure how many days it's going to take, before increasing it. Today we're opening above 48.68, on its way to probably 5,000. In my 2024 report, I wrote 5,100, 5,200 is probably where we can get to. For those of you who follow my wife's Blood on the Street account that bought it when we were down 10% last year, down 15%, that's still involved with one tier. I'm not selling it yet. Those of you who follow me actively who trade for a living, you know what? We're trying to manage this process. This is the alpha team right here. They get to follow my trades. I also show it to you guys a few different times. I am, kind of spread out with the leaders that are above the 8 and 21-day moving average because that's part of my process. I did reduce a little bit into Monday's strength. So while we were quiet Monday on the dip, or Tuesday, I was able to buy some back and manage it. I've been holding Amazon since last week, Google since last week. I re-engaged NVIDIA yesterday. NVIDIA is up 590. Isn't that nice? This was my featured play. Yes, featured play in December for this year, and it's January 24th and it already happened. I'm not betting on games here. I'm trying to find trends and stick with them so I can help you guys make a living. And this is what we're doing. And here you are. I've already trimmed a little bit. I'm holding a little bit. Then I actually bought Bitcoin yesterday. I bought the first ETF for Bitcoin that I've bought since BlackRock took it out. There's IBIT, and it had a little bit of a bounce. But again, first day buying it for those in the VTF, up 2.7%. Not bad. I'll trim some, hold some, and manage the process. And then you have Microsoft, which is opening above 400. I've trimmed a little bit of that. That's been a great vehicle. For those of you who follow me on the 630 Club about 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that this is my next biggest position. And again, for me, a big position probably isn't a position that like a hedge fund has or a billionaire has. I'm just a red dog grinder who makes some money, has a nice life, but I tend to give up some money in this and that so I can watch my kid play basketball. I could be around for the town and do my thing. But anyway, also I have a little MSOS that's been wishy-washy. Oxy I bought 2 days ago, and SoFi also. And then I have some some options going that some are going to be zero, some are working like Amazon and Google. KWeb is what I've been accumulating. So those on the Alpha team get to watch me do a lot of these things live. Okay, so hopefully it's been helping them, and they see that we're consistent, and good times and bad times, that's what we try and do. Anyway, so if you look here at the chart, that's the S&P cash. SPYs look very similar. Nice bull flag. Held this 483-ish area. It's opening above 485. Trim in trail. Sell into some strength so you can manage the trade. Qs also. Bull type flag. We like bull flags because usually you consolidate and you go. Qs right now opening at highs, above this 425. I actually got a little lucky. Not lucky, but yesterday kind of felt as if we were ready to go again. I was short some premium. And then if you look again at the Alpha team, I took that off. What do I mean by that? I mean I was short some premium, held it, they reduced it a little bit, and I got out of the way. Let's see something here. See, 631 they get to watch. I trimmed a little bit of my Microsoft, NVIDIA, trimmed a little bit of my NVIDIA, but I'm still in a bunch. So they get to see my sizing because it's about sizing. It's about netting money so you can get paid monthly and quarterly, and it's also about holding some winners so you can maximize your hard work. IWM yesterday, filled that gap we were talking about, came in, but didn't fall apart. We'll see if that continues to try and play a little catch up. Best charts out there, obviously, have been NVIDIA. Look at that opening up at another high here. Above 603. See if it holds 603. I've already trimmed some, and I'm holding some. I'm short some 625 calls. So that's the way I'm going about it. SMCI, beautiful play. I'll tell you, the guys from the inner circle are killing it there with this one. They went back to this one. I didn't go back to this one. It's fine. Can't kiss all the babies. Can't be so scattered. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to follow everything. In mega cap tech, Microsoft has been best in breed. Look at that. We're able to sell some into resistance, buy some back as it built a bull flag continuation pattern. On Saturdays, I always post a cheat sheet. Not something that can get you in trouble, just something that could remind you what patterns look like. I say take 7 minutes or 8 minutes to go over your candlesticks and chart patterns, and this is a bull flag. Trend. You get a little bit tired, you go sideways, and you continue. And right now, this is above 400. I've also been telling you guys and really showing some kind of conviction that I think that Google could work higher. Did reduce a little bit, bought some back yesterday, and seems like it's on its way. Amazon also looks like it's on its way. Hit resistance, came in, held the 8-day, didn't fall apart. Now we'll see if we can get above and stay above 157.17. I'll probably reduce and hold and do the whole thing with the options also. So mega cap tech's been awesome. It's been awesome. It's been trending. It's not always awesome. Listen, 2022 when ARK peaked and everything was on its way lower and people didn't use a system and didn't use the AIM-21 and got stopped out and lost tons and said, I'm out of this market for good. We stood here, we did our thing, and tried to show how long-term the bull market wins. I do put out there every week, my version of, Buffett, which I'm not Buffett. I'm, nobody, to be honest. But I try and just give you guys a way to approach the market long-term also through my experience, because that's all you can do, right? Through experience, try and teach others. And I've been doing this since a while, and it takes a while to do this. So I talk about how long-term the bull market wins. If you're trying to, add cash flow by having a career and also looking for great trades and great swing trades, it can happen. But long-term, which I always talk about, you want to maximize your 401k because over time, it'll build your wealth. You want to have a 529. My son's in 9th grade. I actually started it late. I started when he was 5, and that hurt me. So if you're 25, 30 years old, I sacrifice a little bit, start a 529, so when he goes to school, you don't have to take out debt. I actually had an MC bar mitzvahs and come home from SUNY Albany, and the miss out. I was president of my fraternity, playing flag football. I had to go home and MC 3 bar mitzvahs because I had to pay for my way through school. But you know what? That builds character. So anyway, have a 529. Also, I started a whole life when I was 35. I'm 51. Thank goodness. My friend who went into the business bullied me to get a policy, and now it's got a nice cash value. And then the blood in the street account. Okay, every time I bought it in the last few times, back in the day when other people were selling and reducing, this is an account I get paid on. This is something that's long term that I can't contribute to during the taper tantrum, during the pandemic, and during this hard time that we had to navigate. But anyway, going back today, that's Redler long term actively. That's why the Alpha team is here. That is why I try and net money, use a process so I can limit my losses, ride out some winners, and try and figure out, what's next here. So what else? Apple, is kind of hanging out. This was a last week thing where, we went with Apple on this nice gap and go, right? It was a gap and go, and I did trim into here, and I didn't go back to it. I feel like it's a little extended. I don't like, I actually could have. I just didn't. I can't be in everything. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 longs and probably 10 different option plays on. So with that said, Apple, at some point, Apple's going to be taking this out. I don't know when it's going to be, but Apple's going to be over 200 within whatever the time period is. And I'm going to have to put on my my Joey B jacket. He sent me this jacket because he's last. He knows I like to be actively bullish. But stocks do go down at times, and you have to handle that. That's what a process helps you with. So, he's like, when Apple goes over 200, you have to wear the jacket I bought you. I was like, also said, when NVIDIA clears 505, which was a focus, I'll do it. So I worked the other day. It's a little big. I got to get it tapered. But anyway, I like pink, right? I'm wearing pink because you know what? I like to give to charity of myself. My mom had breast cancer. A lot of my wife's friends had breast cancer. And looking forward to the first week in February, the seniors of Millburn are having senior night. That's a pink out. And we're going to raise money for charity and do our thing. But anyway, you got to get back to charity, even if whatever you can. Listen, I can't give millions, but I did race with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, 2 Ironman and 1. We generated over $100,000, which was great. We do what we can. All you can do is do what you can, control what you can control. What am I looking at today? You really had to kind of, trim a little bit on Monday. That was the narrative. So when things came in, you weren't upset. And yesterday, figure out that things were holding higher and kind of re-engage or add to them. And then today, now you have to trim and do the same thing. But overall, things are moving pretty nicely. It's hard to complain right now. This is when the market's moving like this, you got to be on top of your game. When I was sick on Sunday, I was like, oh, sugar honey iced tea. I got to, figure out how to get rid of this fever because I can't miss my open house. I cannot be here for the Alpha team, and I got to make money. So I can pay my bills also. Anyway, so far so good. Feels good coming in, with this kind of stuff. Even I'm telling you, even this, the IBIT down here. But why are you buying Bitcoin? I'm like, it's not quite in my area, but I do think I could start accumulating in here somewhat with a plan, not just throwing a dart against the wall. And hey, got a little trade here. It still has some room to the moving average. If you followed your sell rules, right here, and then when it broke the 8-day and the 21-day, you were able to buy a little bit of a dip. This was somewhat of a reverse red dog reversal where here it reclaimed this prior low and came back up. Doesn't quite work with Bitcoin because it happens overnight. But here was a sell, a red dog reversal sell when it pushed above and couldn't hold. And this one's a small buy, and we'll see if it pops back up into there. The Alpha team saw me buy it yesterday. Some bought it. Just another little thing to make some money. I did not play snow, but a lot of people did. Congratulations to you. Not one of my go-to names, but I have a list that I put a note together with where I have the sectors, I have the mega cap tech, I have the semis, and I have one-offs. And every now and then I'll put a one-off in there for those who trade it to help breed confidence for them. Because as a chief strategic officer, I have to put some actionable plays out there, and I can't do it all because I'm just not in front of my desk all day long. Same way today, Alexa, off. Same way today, I got to leave at 11:30. I got to go for a lunch meeting, and then I got to go to Fox Business, and then I got to have another meeting at 4:45. Even yesterday, I wasn't on my desk for Netflix, but I gave everyone a plan. My plan was if it trades above 503, you better grab it and go after hours, or you buy a 505 by 525 call spread. You'll be risking like 5, okay, to make probably, or 6 so 505 by 525, that's 20 in the middle. You're spending 6. So what is it that you're making? 14. So if you bought 10 for 6 grand, you're making 14 grand. Or if you bought 100, do the math. Okay. And right now Netflix, rewarded. Look at that, up 50 points. Congratulations if you're in it. I am not in it. I'm in a bunch of other things, which is just fine. And again, it's nice to see stocks that trended go sideways and give you a setup. Nice setup here for those of you who took options. If you took options, congratulations. I did not, but as you can see from the Alpha team, I have enough going on here that I have a good head start on the day, and thank goodness. I could use it. Anyway, it is 6:49. Tough to buy a few more things today after the open. Really, it was yesterday that you had to kind of position with options and some of the things that you've been managing. Now today you trim some and hold some and see do we hold and build or do we fade a little bit? Okay, manage your process, have a routine, like it so you have to do it every day. Try and help the greater good. And I appreciate all the love and support from the community as I just try and do my best. And I'm not going to disappear on you, I promise. Later, guys.